speech, I Have a Dream, has been one of the most powerful speeches in history. And his dream has inspired hundreds of thousands of people to fight for freedom and equality. I also have a dream, and I always have one. It's not as big and not as selfless as Dr. King's, but it always motivates me. My name is Mu Xian. I'm from Hunan, China, from a poor family. I have 2 big sisters and 1 younger brother. Both of my parents barely had any school education. Unlike most of the kids here nowadays, they only need to study and have fun. We had to do a lot of housework and farm work. We had to do hand wash laundry in ice cold water. We had to carry crops and water as heavy as ourselves on our shoulders. We had to plant and harvest plants and crops by hand under the burning sun. I still remember I used to get like all the very itchy sunburn rashes all over me. I can tell you nobody wants that kind of life if they have a choice. So my siblings and I dreamed for a big life and dreamed to see the outside world. So we started very hard when we went to school because we were told studying hard and going to college was the only chance to change our destiny. Still, my big sister had to quit her school when she was only 12 years old. I consider myself a very fortunate person. Today now you see me emotional, but I actually am a very happy person. Not just because I was born with a very happy personality, it's also because I was able to continue my school with my sister's support and sacrifices over the years. And eventually I have become the first female college student from my village. And after college, I went to the fast-growing city, Shenzhen, China, and worked as a graphic designer and later an office manager. And several years later, I was lucky to meet my husband, and he is from America. 2 years later, we got married, and I moved here to start a dream life with him. When I just moved here 12 years ago, my English was only in a very conversational level. I still remember I was extremely nervous about answering any phone calls if my husband was not around. And with so many years of work experience from China, but I wasn't able to find a similar office job here. So I realized that I couldn't feel like I belong here if I don't speak the language well, if I don't get the proper education here. So I decided to go back to school to study and get a degree in this country. I started taking classes at Hop College. I started taking ESL classes, learning English 101 and 102. Later I transferred to UIC, majoring in graphic design. My daughter was born during my 2nd year at UIC. Being a full-time student with a fixed curriculum and also a full-time mom with a newborn at the same time was actually the most challenging and also the most rewarding time period in my life. I still remember I was pumping milk between classes and staying up late to finish homework night after night. And so many times I really wanted to quit because I feel maybe I couldn't handle it. But I told myself, dream life doesn't come easy. Just try a little bit harder, just pass another exam. And I'm glad I didn't quit. And in the end, I got all A's in my 6 years of college studying here, except 1 B. And now my daughter is also a very responsible and happy, healthy child who always inspires me. Now I work as a creative supervisor at a digital company downtown Chicago. I do graphic design and I do creative content proofing every day. I really enjoy what I do. However, every year when there was a work performance review, I could get 5 out of 5 in almost everything, except I only could get 4 out of 5 in copy editing. Of course, considering English as my second language, I should be very happy with it. But sometimes it still makes me feel limited, undervalued. In order to get better opportunities to advance my career, I think I need to keep improving my professional skills, but most importantly, I feel like I need to learn how to present myself verbally and in writing. I think today, giving the speech today is the first step. As a dreamer, I also like my voice and opinions heard. And I hope that one day I can make a positive impact in the community. I also want to write a book, make a movie. It may sound a little bit over ambitious, but being able to dream has taken me this far. I hope following the path of Toastmasters here can help me make my dreams come true in the near future. Thank you.